Welcome to In the Kitchen with Dinah. Today we're making a yam casserole.
Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Gonna taste good, I know.
Well, welcome to my kitchen. I'm so glad you're joining me today. I really wanted to get this recipe out to you guys since Thanksgiving is so close. It is delicious. So it's yam casserole, and for most of us, we probably grew up with like candied yams where they're just like baked in butter and brown sugar and you got the marshmallows on top. But one of my friends, Bernadette, posted this on social media many years ago, and she was telling a funny story of that she had made this casserole, and it was, I think we had our Thanksgiving, it was in the 50s at the end of November, which is unseasonably warm for around here. And she said, I have a squirrel trying to attack my yam casserole for Thanksgiving. And I said, what? So I texted her quick and I said, what did you make? So she told me, and she sent me the recipe, and it has become one of our family favorites since then. So just to warn you, if you do set it on your back patio or whatever, once we bake it to cool, you might have ninja squirrels that come try to steal it because it is that good. Let's get started. I'm gonna make a half a batch today. It feeds a lot. The whole recipe makes a 9 by 13, and it's easy to cut in half, especially if you have a smaller crowd at Christmas and or Thanksgiving, or if you have a huge crowd, like we usually have 20 plus, probably almost close to 30 now. People make the whole 9 by 13, but it is delicious. So we are gonna start out with yams. Some people call these sweet potatoes, which you can, but make sure you get the red garnet ones. They make it beautiful. We're gonna peel them and dice them up and then boil them on the stove to get them nice and soft. So the original full batch recipe calls for 8 cups of mashed cooked yams. So that's like 4 to 6 large yams. So I'm using like 2.5 to get the half batch. I'm just gonna throw it in like an 11 by 7 casserole dish. So when I'm cutting these, you're gonna mash them. I usually use my electric mixer. So I'm gonna make them pretty small because they cook faster. And then I just put them in a large saucepan. Just make sure you got a sharp knife. So now that you've got your sweet potatoes all peeled and diced, we just want to cover them in cold water. And I should have got a bigger pot. I'm sure I've got more than 4 cups of yams here too, but I always do a rinse to get some of the starch off first and then fill it up. Now, if you have an Instapot, you can put them in your Instapot, but I still like doing it this way. So we're gonna cook them on the stove until they're tender. So your sweet potatoes should take probably 15 to 20 minutes once it comes to a boil, and then I just poke them with a fork, which I'll show you. You just want them super tender because we're gonna beat them up and mash them. Okay, so these sweet potatoes or yams are nice and soft. So we're gonna go ahead and take it to the sink and drain them. Now you can use a colander. I just usually use the lid. And I've got a nice mixing bowl here. So we've got our water drained. They're nice and soft. You wanna get a pretty good sized mixing bowl. I probably should have chose a larger one, but this is how you get your Thanksgiving facial as well. So I'm just gonna take my electric hand mixer, kind of mash them. Just turn it on real slow. Whew. And that's how you do that. So we have a few ingredients to put in here. So I'm just using a 11 by 7 baking dish, and we're going to put a teaspoon of vanilla in. I'm just gonna give it my glug. We have a half a cup of packed brown sugar. And we have a whole stick of butter. And as always, the recipe will be in the description below. And 2 eggs. Should have grabbed my thing. Last but not least, we need a little bit of milk. We need a 1/4 cup. All right. And then we're just gonna mix this up. You wanna go slow because if you flick that hot yam on you, boy, it burns. So pretty much, if you grew up eating candied yams, this is all the things that you'd have on candied yams except for the marshmallows, but it's in a casserole, and then we're gonna put this yummy crumb pecan topping on top. It is almost dessert. Almost dessert. It is pretty much crustless dessert. But you know, it's Thanksgiving, it's indulgent. We also make this at Christmas, and if my niece asks for it, she gets it for her birthday too. It's all good. All right. So hot. Now I've just got my spatula. I'm gonna make sure I've got it all mixed together. Scrape down your bowl. Now you do want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. We are going to put this in the oven. The great thing, or one of the great things about this recipe, is that you can make it at least, and there's my oven, it's hot. You can at least make it a day ahead, especially if you had a lot of people coming. I usually make this the day ahead, bake it off, and then we reheat it in the microwave the morning of Thanksgiving. That's usually one of the appliances that has room in it. So, all right, so I'm gonna give your baking dish a spray. Just don't inhale like I always do. Okay, whew. And then we're just gonna pour it in here. And clearly my sweet potatoes were much larger than anticipated because I think I've got about 8 cups because my bowl was full. Denver, does that smell so good? I know you like sweet potatoes. All right. So we've got that, and now we're gonna make our crumb topping. Get this out of the way here. So we got a small bowl. This is super easy also to make gluten-free. You just wanna sub out the flour since there's such a small amount. So we need a 1/4 cup of flour. I'm just gonna grab that out of my bin here. So I got a 1/4 cup of flour. We need a 1/3 cup of butter. Woo. I forgot to soften it, so. Let's get that in the microwave quick. Boy, that is a mess. And also more sugar, because why not? We need 1/2 cup of sugar in the topping. Brown sugar, flour, it's your basic crumb topping. So we're gonna get this kind of mixed up with a pastry blender. Get the butter in it now. Just put that in. Then you just wanna cut it in, make it nice and crumbly, and then we're gonna add some pecans to it too. Now, a lot of people love the topping so much that they end up doubling it, and you totally can. All right, that looks good. It kind of looks like wet sand. Let me grab a spoon. Yeah, that looks great. And then we want about 1/2 cup of pecans, chopped nicely. I'm gonna get a little more out of my other bag. And I know they're all different sizes, but that's okay. Gives it some nice texture. So we are going to get that mixed up. Move this over, and this is hot. We're just gonna sprinkle all this on top. Man, this makes me ready for the holidays. Smelling all these good smells. Brown sugar and the yams. Whew. So if you're having turkey or ham or whatever you guys are having for Thanksgiving or Christmas, this is such a wonderful side dish. And it makes great leftovers. Okay, I think that looks about good. All right, so we got a 350-degree oven. We're gonna put it in there for about 40 minutes or until the internal temperature comes to 160 degrees. And this is hot, I need a pot holder. It shouldn't take too long because the yams and everything are hot, so let's get it over to the oven. All right, here we go, you guys. It is so puffed up and so smelling amazing. This is one of my favorite Thanksgiving things. Okay, I'm gonna set it on here. Now I just need some turkey and all the fixins to go with this, although I will eat this on its own anytime. So now that we've got it out, and if Thanksgiving were a day or so ahead, you'd want to cool it off all the way and just pop it in the fridge, and then just pop it in the microwave for about, I don't think, it doesn't really take that long to get hot in the microwave. And if you do set it out on their back patio like I probably would today, watch out for the ninja squirrels because they'll probably come and try to snack some of these nuts off of it. But oh my goodness, guys, I hope you try this. It is so delicious. And I know that your whole family is gonna love it for Thanksgiving. If you love Thanksgiving and sweet potatoes and yams are one of your favorite things, comment below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. But thanks again for joining me in my kitchen. I sure hope that you try this recipe and share it with your family for Thanksgiving. You guys have a great day. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, comment below, and turn the bell on for notifications. I've got so many more delicious recipes coming your way. You guys have a terrific day. So many things. Now I'm looking at that one.
You look at that, that's your audience.
No, you're my audience.
Nope.
Oh, this is,
Not anymore.
I don't have my funny guy in front of me.
Okay, that was easy.
Okay, all right. And I forgot my spray.
Oh, okay. That's gonna be a problem. So hold for just a second.
There's not a good place.
We're kind of crowded in here.
Clean up aisle 5. I want to eat it.
Yeah, you do.
I do.
So delicious.
Gonna taste good, I know.